Hello. Welcome to Interdependent Study. I am your host and accountability buddy, Kimberly Logan. Today we are continuing with Chapter 4 of Just Sit, a meditation guidebook for those who know they should but don't. Chapter 4 is all about DIY meditation. Do what works for you. The last few weeks we talked about the 8 weeks to build a habit, and hopefully you're close to week 2, which is about 4 minutes of meditation each day. So at the end of today's reading, we are going to do a 5-minute meditation to hopefully kick you off on to the next week with some positive, supportive energy. But to begin, we shall talk about what is helpful and nice to have. You don't need anything aside from your attention to meditate. But for those of you who need a little more ritual in their ritual, we are here to suggest options when it comes to choosing where and when to sit every day, how to prepare your space, what to sit on, what to wear, whom to get help from, and what to expect from classes, workshops, and retreats. You can take a bare bones approach, or find a space, create an altar, pull out that box of beads and malas from under your bed, douse yourself in essential oils, and burn some sage. The beauty of meditation is that you can do it anywhere. It's a portable tool. Once you have learned how to do it, you can do it anywhere. Look, there are no rules as to where and when to meditate. But there is power in meditating in the same place at the same time every day. Doing so serves as a reminder to show up, a reinforcement of sorts. It gets you in the mood, gives you practice weight, and gives your practice weight, and adds magic to your life. And hey, some people just like ritual. So find a spot that works for you. It doesn't really matter where. If you can, come back to that place tomorrow and the day after. Let that place become your secret, or not so secret, meditation oasis, even if it's on the laundry room floor. Time after time. Prime time. Some people might tell you that the really early hours are the best time for meditation. Some people might tell you that the really early hours are the best time for meditation because that's what takes place on many retreats and at many ashrams. But people also recommend walking on hot coals for conquering fears. We think it's a little silly to make something that is already hard to commit to even harder. By the way, that image is someone walking on coals, not someone running barefoot through fallen leaves in the autumn, which is what I originally thought when I saw the image and hadn't read the description. Find a meditation time that works, a time when you will actually show up. If 3:45 a.m. is good for you, then rise and shine. But don't make it special. Special creates a lot of expectation. Look at New Year's Eve. Everyone wants it to be the best night of their life, and usually it's a complete shit show. Take the pressure off and show up for whatever time you have. Even though there are no rules in meditation, a really good practice is to carve out space for it around another routine in your life. Meditate after you exercise, before you sauna, in the shower, after you feed the dog or the ferret or the Gila monster or the children or whatever you have, or before your afternoon Chardonnay or AA meeting. finding time is not that tricky. Assume the position. Even if you can't meditate for 5 minutes, sit cross-legged for 30 seconds before you fall asleep. By doing so, you are still showing up. If all else fails, try again tomorrow. Morning, Joe. If you need coffee when you wake up before you meditate, by all means, have a cup of coffee and then sit for 15 or 20 minutes. Warning, this might not work for you if the caffeine revs you up too much. In that case, just have half a cup and drink the rest after. Enjoy your morning coffee and your morning meditation. Why can't they be friends? Milestones. Big, fat life milestones, like marriage, a partner moving in, a new baby, a promotion, or a move, can all be routine killers. When things are good, it's easy to skip the sit and sip the champagne instead. Be vigilant, sit, and then toast to happy times. Road trip. Create a space for meditation while traveling, or it will be too easy to skip. As soon as you arrive and unpack, pick a meditation spot and time, and show up at the time and place each day and meditate. Notes from the cushion. I think maybe I should have put the cushion image below me so that it's more like a cushion instead of a hat. Next time. Try this. Pull out the meditation cushion at night in preparation for your morning sit. You'll go to sleep with the intention of meditating first thing in the morning, which helps you keep the practice going. This section is about meditating in hotels. Now, during COVID, this is probably less appropriate, but someday we will travel again. Someday. And hotel rooms have many cozy little spots for meditation. Behind the curtain. If you're looking for a cocoon to hide out in, just remember to face the window. On the balcony. If there is one, enjoy the great outdoors. In the closet. A great place to go if you are sharing the room. In the chair. Sit cross-legged or with both feet firmly on the floor. On the floor. You can use the bed to support your back. Or on the bed. You can prop yourself up with pillows. In the tub. Feel free to use bubbles and a mask. We love a sitting soak. On the toilet. Really, it's great when traveling with kids. Go hide in the bathroom. Personally, I love the on the bed idea because there are always like 4 or 5 really big pillows at hotels and they make it so comfy. Take a seat. Some people love an altar, a teepee, a sweat lodge, a kiva, or a sage-infused sacred space, while others are fine meditating on their IKEA sofa. Either way, having a space that you feel good in will help you sit every day, and that's all that counts. You may find that once you start sitting, you'll want a specific spot to meditate in, and you might even want to add an altar with an incense burner or a set of Tibetan singing bowls. But do it because it makes sense to you, not because you think that having the props will make you a meditator. They won't. FYI, if you fall asleep during meditation, it does not have the same effect. That's called sleeping. Maybe start a little earlier next time. It all adds up. More than anything else, we get asked how long a meditation session should last. Mostly because people want to know if a very short sit has any real effects. It all helps, and the amount of time you sit isn't really that important. We like 20 minutes, but do what works for you. Something that both of us found helpful in the beginning was to start with small increments of time. The actual act of sitting is more important than how long you sit for. Make it a double. If the commitment still scares you, and you need to break the amount of meditation time up and do a few small sits, then go ahead. Do whatever it takes. Later, you'll probably enjoy sitting for longer, and you will definitely get more out of it. But when you are first starting out, don't add unnecessary pressure. Nothing is better or worse. Just sit. It's a really good title. If you build it, they will come. Just like Kevin Costner, you too can create your own reality. You don't need to be an actor either. You can simply picture yourself as a meditator, as someone who shows up to the same place at the same time every day and sits. If you can picture that, then the chances are much greater that you will actually do that. By the way, that goes for all sorts of things. The Office, not the Steve Carell show or the British original, neither of which I have seen. Please don't judge. Many companies now have meditation or wellness rooms or offer meditation classes or workshops at work. Even if yours doesn't, there are still many ways to sneak it in. If your boss has issues with it, explain to her that meditation helps with productivity, creativity, concentration, and focus, and gives the workplace a better vibe. Bells and whistles. An isolated cave might sound like the perfect place to meditate, but it's rarely an option. And you don't need to be in a quiet space anyway. Even if you work in a noisy, crowded office, there are ways to sit on the job. Plus, if you can meditate in a loud, chaotic space, it will help you keep your head on it will help you keep your head on in your noisy everyday life. Places to meditate in the office. Bathroom. Maybe not your first choice, but hey, whatever it takes. Put on your headphones and fake it in front of your computer. Check the schedule for empty conference rooms. Do a quickie in the elevator. Note I said do a quickie, not have a quickie. Different type of mind-clearing activity there. Stairwells everywhere have been empty ever since the smokers got kicked to the curb. Or skedaddle out of there and do a walking meditation. How do you just sit and walk? Well, let me tell you. Walking meditation. Left, right, left. Take a stroll. Hopefully you can go outside and get some nature into your day. Otherwise, find a secluded hallway in the office. Set the timer on your phone for as many minutes as you want. Now walk. slowly. In this meditation, let your feet be your anchor. Feel the sensation of your feet hitting the ground. When your mind drifts, get back to the feeling of your feet touching the ground. When you come to the end of your path, turn around and do it again. Left, right, left. By the way, some stats in case your boss still doesn't like the idea of meditation breaks at work. Not all companies are like Google, which has a chief happiness officer and an in-house meditation program. But you might be surprised at how many are following in their footsteps, including General Mills, Aetna, Target, Goldman Sachs, even the US military. Tell that to your boss. While you're at it, show her the stats of increased productivity and decreased sick leave that occur at companies where meditation is included in the wellness program. Props and gear. The last thing any of us needs is more stuff. But if more stuff is what gets you to show up every day, then maybe it's worth considering. We are not giving out any points for austerity. Discomfort and pain don't make you a better meditator. We think that whatever makes you show up and want to come back tomorrow is worth looking into. Let's talk pillows. If you haven't been able to sit cross-legged since kindergarten, take the pressure off. You don't have to sit on the floor. Just sit comfortably. Chairs, sofas, and pillows can help whatever ails you. Anything works as long as it's not so comfortable that you drift off and fall asleep. There is no need to sit like a swami. Once you become a master meditator or a monk, then you can experiment with sitting on pointy icebergs in Antarctica. Like all props, cushions are optional, but they are also really helpful. So if you're going to use one, you may as well get one that supports proper alignment so that you have fewer physical distractions during meditation, like excruciating knee pain or hips so tight they may snap in half, or feeling like you are getting stabbed by a machete in the lower back. You will also want to avoid the too comfy cushion, even if it sounds like something you'd enjoy. That's called a beanbag. Save it for movie night. The Goldilocks test. How do you know that you found your cushion? Too low? You will slump, your knees will kill, your back will hurt, and your head will nod. And it will probably put you to sleep, unless those pains keep you awake. Too high. Your back will curve and pinch. Your ankles will cause you agony. Your hips will ache, and you will cry. Just right. Your knees will be balanced right below your hips. Your back will feel tall and supported, and your soul will shine. Types of pillows. Buckwheat Zaffus. It's for the people who love a pillow top mattress, cushy and conforms to your butt like a pair of cozy sweatpants. Good for shorter people and yogis with open hips. That's not me, by the way. Kapok Zaffus. If you like a hard mattress and sheets that you can bounce a quarter off of, then this is your cushion, and you probably need it too. Good for tall people and stiff-hipped runners. Zabutons. This is for the princess and the pea style of sitting. Cushion, under cushion. It's for people who need memory foam for their knees and ankles. Good for the Tin Man and people with a lot of creaks and cracks. Back jacks. Baby steps toward the lotus position all start with the back jack. It's the lazy boy of meditation seats. Good for everyone, especially if sitting on the floor scares you. Bolsters. Bolsters make everything better. They support your back, they give you a physical lift, and they can protect the knees. Use them with any cushion or on their own. Good for anyone looking for a little extra support. Benches. We don't really know anyone who uses them, but if you are a lapsed Catholic and are missing the pew, we think that you'll love a bench. Good for people who love kneeling. I also have used a yoga block, which is helpful in elevating my hips when I am sitting cross-legged, and my hips are always tight, so you can try that as well. Mood enhancers. Is there anything I can do that would help me get in the mood to meditate? Yes, there are all sorts of warm-up tools and activities that will inspire you to sit and get you into meditation mode. Like crystals. Nowadays, you don't need to go to a head shop for good hippie gear. You can get it everywhere, from Amazon to 7-Eleven. Crystals are grounding, especially if you hold on to yours while you're meditating. You can also keep it in your change purse or makeup bag for extra good juju. Tarot cards. A nice way to start a meditation is to pick a card. Tarot, wisdom, energy chakra, native medicine, your choice. Read the explanation in the book that accompanies the set and contemplate the message. You might be surprised by the card's psychic powers and its ability to know what's really going on. It can be pretty spooky. Essential oils. Breathe deeply and activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Now do it again, but this time put a few drops of essential oil, lavender, frankincense, or any essence that's peaceful and calming, in your hands. Rub them together and inhale as you start your meditation. Or you can light a candle, then blow it out after a minute or two. And once the wax has created a little puddle, add essential oils to the wax and relight the candle. Voila! A homemade diffuser. Flower essences. Drink your flowers. The same way that looking at or smelling the roses makes us humans happier, drinking them works even better. It raises your vibrations, lifts your mood, and gives you good energy. There are types for every malady, from fear of roller coasters to the Monday blues. For meditation purposes, start your sit with a few drops. Something to try. If you're meditating in the car or somewhere away from your regular space, breathing essential oils can help get you into the meditation mindset, making it easier to sit anywhere. Incense, Palo Santo, and sage. There is an age-old tradition of using fire in rituals. It clears the heavy energy from the room and adds an element of sacredness, mystery, and beauty. And it smells pretty good too. Gongs, bells, and bowls. At the start of your session, the sound of the gong or chime is a gentle way to bring your attention inward. Candles. Lighting a candle is a way to start your time on the cushion, and it can also serve as a point of focus for those who meditate with their eyes open. Music. Music provides an anchor for when following the breath feels a little too elusive. But listen to something soothing and calm, not your spinning playlist. Timers. There are plenty of timers out there. You can spend a lot of money on something fancy. Or use the timer on your phone. Or don't use a timer. Meditation has been around a lot longer than the iPhone. Just sit. Lucky charms. Any talisman, special stone, piece of jewelry, coin, fortune cookie reading, or a tiny plastic dinosaur will do. Again, this is DIY. It's your practice. It's your magic. Hold it in your hand or place it on your altar. I was very happy to read that last part about a little plastic dinosaur because my talisman / spirit animal is Tiny Dino. And my friend Morgan Manassa created a series of 1-inch embroideries featuring Tiny Dino, who speaks their mind. And a few of my favorites that are hanging up in my office are this one, where Tiny Dino says, "I believe in science and a higher power," because I do. Also, another favorite, "I will always find a way to believe in the magic and wonder of life. So help me." And finally, "There's no right or wrong, just fabulous and fabulouser." And you can visit Morgan's website, The Fiber Between Us, to see, I believe there are 90 Tiny Dinos, and there might just be one that speaks to your heart. So that is our reading for this evening. And now I am going to put on a little gentle music, and we can sit together for 5 minutes, and we're going to focus on our breath. And just to start all together, deep breath in through your nose for a count of 3, and then out for a count of 3, and then I will start our timer. Be sure your back is supported. You're sitting up tall. Breathe evenly and calmly deep into your belly. As thoughts drift into your mind, acknowledge them and allow them to drift away again. Always coming back to focus on the breath. Check in with your jaw. Make sure you're not clenching your teeth. Allow your tongue to relax. If you can, allow your exhale to extend, reminding your parasympathetic nervous system that you are safe. On your next exhale, gently let go of the practice. When you're ready, allow your eyes to open. And give yourself a big hug. And sigh out any tension you might be feeling. Thank yourself for showing up today. Thank yourself for showing up every day, even if it's only for 30 seconds. Remember to just sit. Remember that the energy you put out into the world is reflected back to you. So if you can approach your day from a centered, calm, and positive place, then that's just going to make everyone around you that much happier, easier to deal with, and any stresses that come up a little bit more manageable. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next week, and I hope your 8-week plan is going great. Have a wonderful day. Until next time, let's be independent together.